Hey everybody, Paul Haywood here. I'm just going to do a quick little video about this package here. I have jumped in and got myself a pair of Legere Signature synthetic reeds, one for alto, one for tenor. So I'm going to crack them open and we're going to give them a try. There they are. Okay, so I went for a 2.5 for my alto, that one, and a 2 3/4 or 2.75 for my tenor. I'm going to crack the alto one open first and we'll give it a go. Legere Signature 2.5 or 2.5 Alto Sax reed. So straight away, something that I'm quite pleased to see is, I'll see if I can get this on the camera. I've actually got two cameras going, so if this one won't focus on it, I'll do it on the other one. Don't know if you can just about see on that, but there is a very slight sort of texture to it. You can see the sort of the grain of the material. Let's try it on this other camera. I don't know if that's going to be able to see that. But yeah, there's a grain to the material, and that is actually giving a slightly matte feel. Now I've played some synthetic reed before. I played on two different synthetic reeds before. One of them had a nice feel to it, but it was way too sort of edgy and raspy. Probably quite good for rock playing, maybe some pop stuff. But for me, I couldn't quite get the sound out of it I wanted when I went into jazz, because I go back and forth between a lot of different styles of music professionally when I'm out playing. But that feels like it's got not too much of a shiny surface, which I did find was on one of them, which I actually found hurt my lip, because my lip, it felt like my lip was going to split easier. Do you know what I mean? When you put the pressure on and the lip can just slide, whereas obviously with something slightly matte, it's bedded on. So there it is, looks good. Let's put it on the sax, let's put it on the mouthpiece. So, there we go. So I've got the Beechler 6, Bellite 6 tip opening. I'm pretty sure it's, I mean, this is like an old Rovner ligature, I think it is. But again, I'm not a sort of a gear junkie in that sense. If I find something that works, I'll just stick to it and try and get the most out of it. But like I say, reeds recently have been a point where they're actually putting me off getting on the instrument, which is really bad. Actually, I'm playing a Selmer Super Series 2, 80 Super Action Series 2. So here you go, first tone. If the sound distorts, I've got I'm recording the audio here, so I can just tweak it. Well, initial, for my first phrase, it sounds to me much more like a real reed than I was expecting it to. Does that sound right? Yeah, audio's not distorting. Good. We'll do a few things on it, just really give it a workout. But initial feeling, it feels good. It doesn't feel plasticky in my mouth. I'm going red, aren't I? I just washed my face, ready for the camera, and I've come up a nice shade of beetroot. I might cut that down. Also went to the barber's yesterday and he took a chunk out of my hair. I got a discount. It'll grow out in a couple of days. Okay, so let's do some proper, like I say, it sounds nice to me, it feels good. I'm actually really quite pleasantly surprised, because I was thinking we'd go 25 quid or 26, 27, whatever it is with delivery, and I might hate it straight away or have to spend ages getting used to it, but that feels nice. There is a little edge there, in a little... I don't know if you can hear that in there. It's got a big attack on tonguing, so I might need to get used to adjusting the level of attack I put on my... used to put on the tonguing. But that's going to be great for funk when I'm macioing it up. So let's head up into the top bit. So let's go into the palm keys, going up to D. So it sings out. It's got a lot of presence and power. That's top E. Let's go top F sharp. Get our little ninth in there. That's cool. Sound is powerful. I think I could quite easily get that into a nice overblown sound. Let's see if we can get those top notes out a little bit more if we were ballading. So that's up to top G there, first time on it. That's feeling pretty good. It might be, once I get used to this, I might, you know, jump up a quarter reach strength. Yeah, I quite like it. It's quite interesting. You can see on the back where your condensation, we'll call it, is heading down inside the mouthpiece. Okay, so possibly I might want to go quarter strength stronger next time I get one, if I'm still on it by the time. But I'm gonna give this one a month. Give it lots of practicing. I mean, what I'm quite excited about is the fact that it feels kind of blown in already, and they're supposed to not really change. So with a bit of luck, if it stays there, I can get used to it and really get the most out of it. So let's have a look on the tenor. I had a good look around and decided I was going to go for a 2 3/4. I haven't got the funds to get like a selection and try them all out at the moment. Feel free to send me a check and I'll do some more reviews. So let's crack it open. Okay, so we already talked about the texture of it. Nice slightly matte feel to it, so it's not going to be slippery. There it is. Looks very nice. Okay, so this is going on a laser cut Gardala studio cut, like Gardala Studio. It's a laser cut one, it's not a hand finished one. I did have the pleasure of playing a hand finished one. I actually was loaned it for about 6 months. Favourite mouthpiece I've ever played. You know, it's basically the bracket mouthpiece. It was really nice, and it did have a little extra something. Okay, so I am on a Selmer again. 80 Super Action Series 2 tenor. It's the, yeah, putting this mouthpiece on, I can feel the reed slipping, so I am going to have to mess around with the ligature because that's not going to quite cut it. Well, you might have noticed I've got the old Jazz Lab sax sling here. Finding that quite good. I was using the neoprene ones. I actually found that although it felt like it's taking the weight off, especially if I was doing like a pop gig where I was moving around lots, actually I'm still feeling it in my neck quite a bit, so I thought I'd give one of these a try. I'm quite enjoying it. Okay, so we've got the reed in place. Let's go in for an initial again, I think I'll probably end up jumping up another quarter or reed strength on this, but I mean this is going to be a nice easy blow, and it's going to help me get used to the reed in general. Fairly responsive down the bottom end. I'm going to have to get used to it. This is a little bit different than it is in the alto. The alto is a bit more straight out of the box. I'm going to have to do a bit of work to get used to this one, I think. But I quite like the sound. Yeah, that's maybe. I'm just going to have to get used to it, I think. So initial thoughts are, I'm pretty pleased. I think they don't, to me, they don't seem like a synthetic reed, which I was kind of expecting. That general, this is a very synthetic kind of sound. Sounds pretty. See, those low notes are coming out a bit easier now. I'm getting used to. I know what I'm to expect. Alright, let's just try out some high notes on the tenor here, just get a feel for that. Oh, it's had my right there. So it's quite keen to get up the harmonics. I mean, that just then I was playing sort of normal G, like second G, G with the octave key, and if I give it a hint, straight away it's gone up a harmonic there. That's all on G key. Let's go down low B flat. That's all on low B flat key, so yeah, it's certainly keen to get up there. Let's see if I can get some actual control through those notes. So it is trying to play a harmonic above where I'm expecting to at the moment. Whoa. Horrible sound. No, it's sorry, that's me. So that was going up to super high G, but let's go up to where I don't usually kind of play above high D there. So there's D with the D side key, D with the octave key on, and that's an octave above. Hear it jumping up there when I'm expecting it to go an octave, and it go at the top. But that's cool, man. That just means less work for my embouchure when I just relax off on those notes. Cool, does it. I'm gonna have to get used to it, but I can get right across it. So there you go, Legere Signature Series reeds. As I say, they were slightly softer, but I guess that's because they're the way they are. Maybe it's because I've been going through so many reeds out of a box of 10 that I'm I'm getting frustrated with how they are out the box, rather than sort of how they are after several hours playing. But I got to that point now where I can kind of tell whether a reed's going to be something I'm enjoying playing on or not when I get out of the box and put it on. I can hear whether it just needs to soften up or whether it's just wrong. I've been doing some doctoring and quite interesting looking at doctoring reeds on one side, or like perhaps we'll look at that in another video. But there's a thing where you can check whether a reed is stronger on one side or the other, and then sort of thin it up and balance it up, and that's helped actually. This is where the cane's a bit denser, or there's a touch more thickness on one side, and that's helped me get a few more reeds out of the box. But this is cool. That's sounding good. As I say, they're feeling a bit soft, but I need to just get used to them really. I shouldn't really expect them to play like a reed that I'm usually playing straight out of the box, because obviously they are set at their strength they're going to play at. They're not going to soften up. They should just be at this strength for the duration of their life. And we'll just see. I'll do an update. I'm putting up loads of lessons on the channel at the moment. Lots of saxophone specific things upcoming. I've got quite a lot of things recorded that I'm just editing up to put up. There's loads of things to teach you basics, scales, and we're looking at improvising and all kinds of things really. So I'm probably going to start putting up some saxophone covers as well. Some pop stuff. I'm mostly playing jazz, funk, but I enjoy playing some smooth bits and pieces, so I might stick some of those up. But anyway, I really hope that this video's been useful. Remember to give me a thumbs up if you have, and subscribe if you're interested in seeing some of that other content. There we are, Legere Signature Series reeds, my tenor, alto. I'll give you a little update about how I'm getting on with them at some point soon. Remember to hit subscribe so we can catch up on what else is coming. If that was useful, hit like, and I will see you later.